Steve Cooper, Rank Success. This is another video in the lockdown period, just to share some food for thought with you around preparing for police promotion. It's a little series I'm doing, and this one is about values. So quite hard to cover values in 5 minutes. It's very, very important in relation to preparing for promotion though, because your values drive your behaviours, and both your values and your behaviours are what are being assessed in a police promotion process. So it's very helpful as part of your preparation to just visit the topic, the subject of values. And at the heart of that question really is what's important to you. Now, if you can identify what your 10 most important values are, whether they are family, your health, it could be leadership, it could be advancement, promotion is a value, then it's time well spent. And if you can nail that down to 2 or 3 values that are really important to you, you're a little bit better informed and prepared for a promotion board than perhaps someone who hasn't gone through that process. It was Abraham Lincoln that said, it's quite hard to describe our values or to say what they are, but they drive our behaviour every day. And that's why promotion boards want to know a little bit about you, what your values are, and for you to kind of demonstrate those values through your responses and through the preparation, the depth and breadth of preparation you've put into preparing for that board. If you do that, your values will come through. If you don't do it, it might be quite hard for you because it's not easy talking about your values. And I'll often say to people that contact me for some support, as part of a coaching conversation, I may well say to them, what do you know about your values? And sometimes they'll just say, what do you mean, Steve? And I'll say, well, look, there's the question. What do you know about your values? Tell me what you know. And that's when we start to kind of scratch the surface and do a kind of deeper dive into what's important to those individuals. And then we start looking at shared values, because that's what's important to the public. They want police officers to share the values that are shared by members of the public. So integrity, honesty, fairness, respect, you start seeing those values coming through, and they may well be your values. I would hope that some of them are. And cops generally don't have a problem with people who share those values. It's the people who don't share those values that sometimes cause the problems. But sometimes also people say to me, but Steve, there's only 4 values in the CVF that are tested or assessed, and that's public service, impartiality, transparency and integrity. So I've based my evidence around those, and I say that's fine, that's a minimum, that's a basic starter for 10. It's a much broader immersive kind of exercise if you start looking at your own values. And so when you look at how values might be described elsewhere in the policing professional framework, they're sometimes called personal qualities, and you'll see public service there again. So just getting used to some of the language that appears in promotion literature and instructions and your exercises, and some of the questions is a good part of your preparation as well. Now, sometimes people will say to me, how do you talk about your values? How do you get them in if they haven't asked you a question about your values? And that's a good question, because it's a conversation. And when the promotion board have finished asking a question, you get all that space to fill. So you manage the conversation that comes out of your mouth, you manage your thought processes, and if you've done that work around your values, you're able and you're happy to share some of that with the board and to merge and blend some of it through your responses. It's a skill that you develop through practicing and rehearsing doing that particular task. So it's not enough just to focus on the 4 values if it's the CVF that you're being assessed on. It's about spending a little bit more time to do that, and to be able to engage a board, and to be able to share with them some of your personal values, and let them see a little bit about you, because they want to delve under the surface rather than what you're happy to talk about. And most people are happy to talk about promotion's important to me, leadership's important to me, but sometimes the questions that you get asked are a little bit harder to answer, and they do require some thought processes. So that's just a little snapshot around values. I would encourage you to do the work, because it will shine through on a promotion board. And if you need any help with that, get in contact with me. If you like this video, you can subscribe on YouTube. I should be doing some more. And if you want to follow me on social media, please feel free. I'm on Facebook as Rank Success and Twitter at rank_success. Until the next video, I look forward to seeing you.